Hello, and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All those things help us out tremendously. If you are interested in supporting us a little bit further, consider becoming a member here on our YouTube channel. Memberships start at just $2 a month, and you gain access to all of our fantastic emotes. If you're interested in joining any of our campaigns, we do have open slots available in our Tuesday night and our Friday afternoon games. All you have to do is go ahead and join our Patreon, or you can message me and get yourself a one-on-one. Make sure the game will be a good suit for you. But I think that's going to be all of my shameless self-promoting. Let's get into the action. Alrighty. So go ahead and tell us what happened last time, Lily.
Last time on Cross Country Tour, the party decided to go to a party, a ball, in fact, hosted, as they'd later learn, by the Archmage of Diplomacy, whose name I guess didn't I write down. Oh no, here it is, Atheus Uladon.
Althesius Uladon.
Oh, I forgot an L. Althesius Uladon.
Atheist Uladon.
Yeah, we went to the party with no issue other than Lily having to relinquish her self-protection dagger, and also Tolsha seeing a face that we saw at the academy looking at them from one of the upper windows.
Yes.
And as the party commenced, there was an option for them to be announced, with Lily getting announced as Laroon Beris, and Gunther being called the greatest warrior. I don't remember the full title, but it was something offensive to a certain dwarf in the room. After going into a mild panic attack after seeing some Ravenite Dragonborn diplomats from Zorseth Kittrell, Lily and the group kind of, enjoyed the party, got some snacks. Gunther got a lot of, was it shellfish? Oysters.
Meat rocks.
Yeah, meat rocks. There we go. And Clover decided to go and approach the Archmage, as well as talk with former Princess Natasha Gloomworm of the Blooming Grove. From which Clover learned that, she discussed about her father who was missing, and was also named Nathan, I think, and that she was looking for him, but she was getting stonewalled, unfortunately, due to some poor rolls. Soon later, Gunther then tried to talk to the dwarven diplomat from Nar, who he had insulted by calling himself a warrior. And apparently in their culture, being a warrior is the highest of titles. As to counter that, to challenge this one who calls himself a warrior, the dwarf said that if Gunther could do the job that the dwarves were getting hired to do, then they could take the payment, which is, by they I mean us, which was about 10,000 gold, which would be enough to pay the handler. During this time, Clover returned to the captain's side and made a very interesting bet that she could make the next person to get announced trip, and through some big brain maneuvers, managed to learn the name of the captain, or should we say, Fleet Admiral of the Royal Crown's Navy, Charles Kingsley. Not much of major import happened after that, other than Tolsha outdoing the mute pianist, Lou Bachman, and Lily getting along well with a fellow mute person. And with that, the party had a new potential job, and we were heading back to our place of rest.
So, you all make your way back over towards. I assume you're staying with Clover and her friends.
Sure, unless it's going to cost us like 5 platinum each night or something.
They're gonna try to charge you 5 platinum each day.
Clover, come on.
What?
No, it's not 5 platinum. Sorry, it's 5 gold.
Yeah,
Come on.
still.
Yeah.
I think I will go find another place to stay tonight at least.
I'm gonna pretend I'm going with you guys just because I kind of think I pissed off the captain with what I did, and then I'm gonna try to sneak back to my place.
Okay, well, sure.
Wait, what could you have possibly done to anger the captain at all?
What do you mean? I got his name announced, and we all know what he does. In fact, I didn't just get his name; I got his title, Fleet Admiral. Oh my god!
Yeah,
God.
I mean, and why would that anger anyone who values secrecy, Clover?
What was that? Fleet Admirer?
I mean, he probably does admire fleets, but no, Admiral.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about it.
Well, I don't know what Admiral is.
I'm pretty sure it's high-ranking military.
Alright, okay.
Gunther, think the commander of a fleet of ships in the ocean.
Right, okay, yeah. Like a captain of captains.
Yes, that's...
Alright, okay, yeah.
And as we're passing the place, I'm going to use stealth and try to make sure that nobody sees me going there. I'm going to use that spell, Borrow Knowledge. So I'll roll that in there. So it pulls out her book and subtle spell, of course, so nobody knows she's using a spell. And let's give it a stealth check. Yeah. Ooh, that was bad. We're gonna use a luck point to reroll that. Ugh. That's more like it. We love 22s.
Alrighty. You move quietly, trying to find a stealthy, sleuthy way to travel with the party over towards some tavern before breaking away and sneaking away from all of them. Of course, you are successful in sneaking away. John, 100% you notice, of course. But anyways, everybody else, you rent out a tavern room suitable for each of you to stay in. We'll call it at 5 gold total. I think that sounds reasonable.
So 1 gold each?
I'll take away gold for myself.
And you have the privacy of your room with one another. What would you like to do?
Well, I do think we should probably take that job for the money. It would be a good way to further our goals.
Right, and it's not just about the money now. It's
Your pride as well.
Well, yeah, I suppose, but it's more about their pride and how they have too much of it. So trying to just kick it away a little bit.
You want to humble them?
Well, yeah. I mean, some people deserve a good humbling.
Be very careful, guys. We were followed tonight, so I think it's probably most prudent for us to get a couple hours of sleep and then go find another place to stay for the evening.
Followed by who?
Didn't catch their finer details, but we were followed, so be very careful about what you say. Get some rest, a couple hours, and we'll go find another place for the night.
Of course.
Sure.
So, you all rest for how long?
I'd say an hour or 2 hours, just enough to get them nice and bored if we're still tailed, and go find another tavern to stay at.
And
Okay.
and if necessary, Lily will. She's still got all her spell slots, and she did prepare this. She can cast invisibility 3 times.
So you could cast it once on one person,
Oh,
or if you have a
wait.
high level spell slot.
Yeah,
on 2
no, you're
people.
right. You're right. Forgot about
It's
the.
concentration.
I forgot. Damn it! Been playing Pathfinder too much.
No, you can't be that overpowered.
Gotta hit level 9 to get the next level.
Yeah. So, do you invisible somebody, and do you all try sneaking away?
I am going to turn to everyone. So I'm going to make it a little bit more difficult to find us, to hear us. But you will have to stay a bit close to me, and I'm changing into a dog. And then I cast Pass Without Trace and turn into a dog, one that looks a little
Alright.
different. from the
Yeah,
one
fuck
I-
it. I'll greater invisible myself. I have the spell slot.
You know that only lasts a minute in Greater Invisible.
Yeah,
right?
greater invisible.
Oh, it's only a minute? Damn
Yeah,
it.
that's why it's greater for combat, not so much for utility. Still good though.
All right. Never mind.
Yeah, greater invisibility is ridiculous on the rogue.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Lily can disguise herself with her cloak. Does Tulsha have something she can do? Tulsha?
No.
No.
I have silence. That's it.
Well, you have Pass Without Trace. Who's getting the invisible?
I think that Marion needs the invisible the most. Let's be honest.
Okay. Then I need everybody else to roll a stealth check. Remember, you get a +10 from Gunther. Marion, you have advantage. So long as nobody rolls a 1, you should probably be okay.
Lily's currently just disguised as a different, a generic NPC number 2.
Yep. Wow. Relatively average.
That +10 is helping a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I still have to calculate that. Holy shit. So that's a 25 average. Okay. You all don't see anything that you're sneaking away from, but you manage to sneak away from the tavern that you paid the evening for over to a different one where you can pay another 5 gold for the evening. It's getting expensive.
Hey, Joey, quick question. As we were sneaking away, and since John did let us know, could Lily have maybe kept an eye out, a more active eye out to try to identify who's following us?
Certainly try. Roll me a perception check.
Can I as well?
May certainly try. Roll me a perception check.
I also want to, but I'm going to use smell. to tell
Joey,
you.
I just want to point out, I'm very aware of what you told me at the end of last session, so.
I DM'd it to you, correct?
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
but I'm talking about the person pursuing us, because you told me distinctly. I'll just message you again to reiterate.
Thank you. Perception +10? That's not how Pass Without Trace works.
Yeah, I know. I forgot to untick the thing.
Yeah, just message me on Discord, make it easier. I think it got buried in Roll20. Okay. Okay.
I don't know if you remembered that, but I just.
Oh, yeah, no, I thought I gave you a different detail. Okay, no, I am aware of that part. Thank you. Lily, Tosha, Gunther. I mean, Gunther, you smell a lot of different smells.
Yep.
But the two of you, you don't really pick up on anybody following you in particular. I mean, there's a couple of drunkards that kind of like are trying to stay hidden in alleyways since there is a late night curfew. And luckily, you all do manage to walk past a bunch of guards, stealthing past them, since there is a curfew in this city. Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, but you stealth high enough to beat the guards' perceptions. They're guards. So anyways, you find a different hole-in-the-wall tavern, and you all go there. Anything else you all wish to do before actually going to bed?
Lily would like to turn to John when we're in like a private setting, or Jean, whoever. John.
So, you said we were being followed. Do you know by whom?
No, they asked earlier. I didn't get the finer details of their face.
Well, not just their face. Did they have any identifying features?
Got a cloak on, a dark cloak.
Well, that's fair. I mean, now we just gotta keep an eye out for someone in a dark cloak, everyone.
Sure.
But free to discuss anything you guys wish. Just wanted to make sure we weren't exposing ourselves too much back there. And I did leave a note for Clover. Clover, Tulsha, and Lily know thieves can't, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so she got the so the note to Clover isn't thieves can't, essentially just saying we're at
Don't say.
Okay.
Clover will have no idea.
Okay.
Clover is not a rogue. But yeah, you leave a note.
Yeah, she's clearly a cleric of the goddess or something.
I'm drawing on previous. I thought we had established at some point that those four could understand thieves can, or no?
The others, not Clover. We've never established that she understands it. She's just been going with the flow of things.
If John is aware that he doesn't know she understands that, he would leave a note to her.
I know that thieves can't is being used. That doesn't mean I can understand it.
And being that
Go ahead, John.
It couldn't be out in the open, he'd leave it with the innkeeper for her specifically. Just give her a general description of the young girl and what she wears and her name, and give this to her if she comes in.
Yeah. He'll do that. No problem. For an extra gold.
Yeah.
Cheap asses. So, Artie, you now have John's permission to discuss openly for the first time. What would you like to discuss?
You know, Gunther, one of these days your mouth is going to get you in a lot of trouble.
Well, I hope so. That's sort of my thing.
Let me clarify. Trouble you can't punch your way out of.
Well, it's not. I mean, if I can't punch it, I'll just turn into like a ferret or something and just bounce away.
Let me further clarify. Trouble that may get you or others killed.
Well, it wasn't my fault, this whole thing. I was just offering those meat rocks to the dwarf lady, and she all just start being also like offended and prideful. So I just, well, sure, maybe you can. I mean, I can beat you, but.
No, you're right. It is definitely her fault that she felt offended by something from her culture. You're right, Gunther.
Yeah, of course it's her fault. I mean, I am a warrior. It's a factual thing to say. I mean, what else should I call myself? A potato cruncher, or what you call it? No, it's not even a thing. I'm not a chef either. So
you're a warrior.
but
Who are the other 5 warriors who are going to be partaking in your event tomorrow?
Well, I was. You guys, I assume. Are you wanting to come? I mean, it was for money.
Right.
I mean,
well,
I think it's a little bit dumb, this whole thing, actually, because it was. I mean, I just challenged her, and now they want other people to get involved in it. I mean, it makes no sense to me. It was just a dispute between me and her, and now suddenly these other dwarves are coming, and we are going to do their job. I don't understand it at all.
It's called politics.
What?
It's called politics, Gunther. It's complicated and like a pile of ticks. It's a pain in the butt.
Parlor tricks. Oh yeah, politics. Yeah. Yeah, I have heard of this thing. There's always, people who try to get how you say it's to get out of their shit or something like that.
Well, there's a good vested interest in you succeeding tomorrow, but we might need to find some capable people to fight alongside you. I'm only speaking for myself, of course. I wouldn't assume. Mirian looks like he can maybe throw a punch, and I'm not sure how they react to magic, if that's even allowed in this sort of thing. But
well, it's I mean, you are clever. I will give you that much, but I know you can do some things. I smelled you down there, in the boat.
right, and I'm doing those things right now, coming up with a better plan. Maybe we can hire some mercenaries who can win this for us and get us that prize.
Well, but then they will also have. Well, so you are meaning we should pay them less than what we get for doing it ourselves, then?
There you go.
Is that a bit? Is that what you call it, cheap, or what you dishonest? Isn't it?
No, that's what we call in the business brokering. So there's business that doesn't always reach the participants who it normally should, and you can serve as an intermediary to make sure that those jobs get to the people that they should be. And of course, you take a cut of those proceeds in order to hire out the appropriate people and make sure that everything gets taken care of as it should be. It's very common in adventuring and those sorts of businesses.
Right. Okay. Well, it annoys me that we have to do it tomorrow, because it was. I mean, I just found out my family is probably not so far away. So, I mean, if you guys didn't want to be part of it, then I could just go get them, my brothers and I. We could take care of it. No problem. I think, at least. Well, I don't know. Maybe they have lost an arm or a foot or something over the last year. But I mean, but anyway, it's if we are doing it tomorrow, it seems we don't have that much time.
Not at all. Rest up well then. We've got a big day tomorrow and want to figure out.
Right.
All right. So, everybody, you all go to sleep. In the morning, you all wake up. You have your breakfast, your food. Clover inevitably gets the message and meets up with all of you as you're sitting there eating bratwurst and probably like grits would be what they would serve at a place like this. Hearty food, hearty meal. Fill you up, a little bit of meat. And you watch as one of the Imperial Guards walks inside of the tavern, looking around before their eyes narrow over at you, Gunther.
I'm just taking a bite of sausage and just looking at him. And,
He marches over to your table. Are you the individual that had dealings with Alethisius last night?
Yeah. At the ball. Yeah.
All of you are permitted to come with me. He is awaiting you in his office.
Okay. Well, I finished my sausage on the way then, I guess.
Lily
Are you guys?
with,
Do you want to come, or should I do this thing?
Well, we
Look
can speak with him. It doesn't sound like we're going into the throes of combat immediately.
Yep.
Right. All of the chosen associates of yours that will be participating in this job will have to come as well.
What? Does this have to happen like right now, or?
He is waiting you right this second.
Oh. Well, I guess we don't have time to look for these mercenaries then.
Right. Come on. He pivots and starts walking.
Let's go see what the job is.
Lily's still eating her bratwurst, but she gets up and like just walks and eats.
Are you still generic NPCing, or are you you?
Oh no, she's her again once morning comes.
You all make your way back into the Shimmer Ward, back on over to the candles and to his estate. But instead of going directly into the estate, they bring you around back where there is this large dome-shaped building back there. And they approach over where you see that there are two armed guards out front with halberds in front of them. And to the side of the two of them sitting down on a stool, there is an individual who's wearing dark clothing all around themselves, blending in very well. Seems to be playing solitaire with a deck of cards. Anybody proficient in cards would notice this. You approach over to the doors. The two guards standing at attention step aside, and you all enter into Althesius's personal office. Looking around at the dome-shaped room, there's maps from all around Exandria with different points of interest and different notes written on them about different individuals, families, influential people, events that have transpired, so on and so forth. There are standing shelves that are filled to the brim with scrolls of all manners and varieties, and there's even more shelves beneath all of them that have books all around.
Takes a mental picture of the maps.
Sure, you don't have that feat yet.
No, I wish.
As you all look over, you see Theseus is sitting there at his desk, currently flipping through a ledger and writing down different notes, and snaps the book shut. Hello, welcome back to my estate. I hope all of you had a good evening's rest.
Indeed.
Danke.
So, these are the individuals you would be bringing with you onto this mission, correct?
I look at everyone and slowly nod, but a little uncertain, with a little uncertainty.
Why are you uncertain, sir? Do all of you consent to taking on this job? Keep in mind there is going to be a necessary NDA signed by all of you about all details pertaining to this job. That, of course, would lead to your imprisonment of a minimum of 2 to 5 years inside of a Zemnian holding cell if you break this NDA.
What is an NDA?
Non-disclosure agreement. You do not disclose any info. You can't tell people about what I am asking you to do or any particular details surrounding what you do or accomplish.
I mean, okay, sure.
Lily, you gesture, but he does not understand your sign language.
Oh no, she's not signing. She's like putting her hand out and being like, "Gimme for the papers that I assume we have to sign."
Yes, of course. He pushes over a stack of about 25 pages. There you are.
And Lily will meticulously go through it to make sure there's nothing fishy about it.
Roll me an
Here Ian
investigation.
would like to assist with that.
Yep.
Aha.
College students,
Advantage.
get the paperwork.
You know, just because it's a bunch of papers, I'm gonna add a flash of genius.
Sure.
So that's a 27.
27. It's written pretty straightforward. There's nothing archaic about it. It is just a binding contract that if you break this, the entire empire will come after you and try to murder or capture you, whichever one is easier to accomplish. And that will lead to 2 to 5 years imprisonment inside of one of their jail cells. It's pretty straightforward. Just there's a lot of details about, like, you can't talk about specific places you go to. You cannot discuss any particular individuals. If there's a noble's name involved with this in any manner, you may not speak of this individual, about this matter, about this region to anybody under any circumstances. It pretty much is just like everything that you do, don't mention it, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But it is just the
Don't
contract.
talk
Yeah.
about Fight Club.
Yeah, Lily. Actually, the what you just said, Joey, about everything we do, don't mention it. Lily more or less goes through it and looks to Gunther and says that as like a summary of what the contract is.
Okay. Well, I mean, are we? If we, so like, if we say something, will you like know it magically or something, or are we going to?
Yes, Gunther. They will be able to tell when you talk about this to someone who's not supposed to.
Oh.
We will have our ways of finding out about this and of capturing you as well.
I was
Do you
trying
know
to
that-
lie to him so he learns to shut up.
Gunther, do you know the legend of the mythical Santa of the Claws?
No, I don't think so.
Well, much like that folktale, they will know when you have broken the terms of the contract.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know how to read, so this is just there's some weird letters to me. But
Leave your marking at the end of each of the pages, as well as all of you. If you cannot read, just your marking will do.
right, okay.
And because your investigation was a 27, there is nothing magical about this. This is not an infernal contract. You dealt with somebody who had infernal contract capabilities, Lily and Miriam. You are positive this is not an infernal contract.
Oh, yeah, no.
It's just, it is a written agreement. In the Empire, this is incredibly typical for them. They like paperwork, they like process, they like due diligence, they like order.
Oh man, it's gonna be really bad for the Empire when Lily gets Kurt that one pen.
Oh,
So, you all signed the paperwork? Correct? All of you signed?
I'm gonna sign in giant my initials.
Clover's not even there.
Oh, you didn't go with them? I said we fast-tracked to everybody meeting back up, yada, yada,
Oh,
yada.
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
So you are there. Cool. Just, I don't want to run 2 campaigns at once.
Oh, no.
Just go
I
with the
didn't
fucking
know I
party.
got picked up.
Just-
I was like, oh, I guess she's gonna find them.
No. Yeah, you were on the phone when I mentioned it. I was just like fast-tracking through to get you there.
I guess I will sign my my family's symbol then. I don't like all this bureaucrat, but okay.
You're a crap.
I'll sign my name as just TM.
Trademark.
Wow, there is a surprising number of you that do not know how to read. Oh, right. Sorry. If you just leave your initials, that's like leaving your mark. You don't know how to write like full names and stuff.
Good. I want him to not think I can read.
Well, he knows you can read. You were helping Lily read
Damn
the
it.
contract. Yes, I cannot read. No, if you see this line right here,
I'm just gonna roll sleight of hand just for the sake of Lily doing an over-the-top, exaggerated, like cursive thing.
easy enough.
Jesus Christ.
Pull out your calligrapher set and you just start drawing very carefully as he goes into his description. So, all of you, this information obviously stays in this room and to your encampments with anything that you need to do or discuss with it. We have a very delicate situation at hand that we originally hired the Narfolk in order to handle for us, but I believe all of you should be capable of doing this as well. How familiar are all of you with the North?
I mean, it's the direction opposite from south.
How far north?
The Dune Rock Mountains, Elbow Wildness, all of that.
No, I have not been so far north yet.
Over history check.
Clover's never been to the north.
We've never,
Well, you've never been, but you know people who've been everywhere.
Would
We've
me and
never
Lily
been.
cover this in geography school?
Not yours.
Yeah, not our geography, but
This is Empire.
19. How you doing, Clover?
19. So, directly north of Rexingtrim, I did bring you all over here. You all are currently here. There is a stretch of territory called the Pearl Bow Wildness. It is very difficult to inhabit the territory. There's very few people who live out there just because of the harsh, cold environment mixed with the hostile beasts that live inside of that territory as well. It is also a nest and breeding grounds for griffins, which can be incredibly unruly or very passive. There's not really an in-between for them. And supposedly, because of issues that happen in Shady Creek Run and the Blooming Grove, some of the darker magical influences from the Savalier Wood have been leaking down to the stretches of the Pearl Bow Wilderness. That is what you are aware of.
Great, we're going to Griffin territory.
No, we have no reason to send you over to the den. There is a sanatorium out there by the name of Vergeson. We have not been in contact with them for quite a little bit of time. We have sent multiple small caravans to try to get in contact. None of them have come back. We even sent out a small platoon that was available of new recruits, and they also did not come back. This is very strange for the territory. We are afraid that there may be something happening up there, and we need the sanatorium to be cleared out. Make sure that everything is safe and sound.
Okay.
So we're going to an abandoned insane asylum.
No, it's not an insane asylum. It is a hospital for people who have magical, complex diseases about them.
I'm sure glad I'm a priest.
Well, and Clover, think of it this
That
way.
should help you.
If there are people that are quote unquote crazy, then it's not exactly abandoned.
Yeah, that's true. So are there are there like other things in there as well, or just people?
There should just be people there. It is a hospital after all. And I think you are overestimating the individuals that are there. It is a resort style hospital for people who have complex diseases, ailments, and disorders that we try to help.
Right, okay.
Some people are struck with the frigid woe, and we take them there to have an easier transition of their life into death before it inevitably snuffs them out. But it is a place for many of the finer aristocrats to heal and mend themselves here. There is one individual in charge out there, Dr. Reynold Ruska.
Okay.
He is the head doctor of the arcane disease and research of the sanatorium. He has supposed to be in contact with us and capabilities of sending messages over long territories in order to do this, and he has not been in contact with us for some time. Well, that was until about 4 days ago, where somebody close to the doctor received a message claiming everything is fine. Everything is in order. Do not come up here. Mind you, this is after so many people have already not come back from going up there. So.
So
In other words, the best case scenario is that everything is in order and something just happened to the others. Worst case is something is amiss.
That is correct. If everything is fine and dandy, you go up there, you speak to Dr. Reynolds, and you make sure everything is in tip-top shape. So, of course, if things are not in order, that is why we were trying to hire some warriors, as it were, to go up there and clear out the area. Make sure that whatever is plaguing that territory is removed so that we can continue utilizing that facility.
Joey, in that contract, are we protected from legal repercussions for damages?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Damages of the facility, yes. Not damages of individuals.
well, didn't say anything about the forests.
So, right, okay. So there are these diseases in there. Are they like is it like very dangerous diseases, or are they like just strange?
There is a great deal of strange diseases and subjects up there, most of which are easily handled by the facility and the great doctor himself. He is a world-renowned doctor and physician and practitioner of medicine. So he usually does handle it very well, as his staff is handpicked and appointed to him. He recruits them at a fairly young age and trains them specially in the arts of medicine himself.
Right. Okay.
Are they infectious enough to spread upon contact? Is protection needed?
I would encourage you to take whatever precautions you are capable of taking.
Well, before we go on this excursion, just a couple things. Would you recommend a place where we can make such preparations against these diseases, such as potions that will aid with that matter, or scrolls? And second, Dr. Reynold, what does this person look like so that we can identify them when we get there?
Well, the great doctor should be wearing a lab coat, a very long robe-like cloak that is open chested. He wears a pendant on it that has 3 shooting stars going across it as his noted house symbol. And he is fairly aged, late 50s, human, bald, completely bald, small goatee. And for your other question about resources, we are paying you very handsomely for completing this job. Very handsomely. If we were going to be utilizing our own resources, as we are currently in a state of war, we would just complete the job within-house ourselves. You can handle everything yourselves, or we can find other people suitable for the job. And, well, yeah.
Do you have a list of notable contagions that would be in the facility at the time?
All of that was handled by the doctor himself. We did not ask questions about anything such as that. However, there is a emergency shack out there. A small stone-shaped building. It has no doors, no points of entry, so there's only ways in there through magical means. That has all of the records from other practitioners and doctors there about all of their patients. They keep it there and organized just in case something nefarious ever happens. Or the hospital is attacked, we have a way to go back and retrieve all of the information we have on the location.
Is there a specific timeline we have for this mission?
Sooner, the better. We would appreciate if everything was done, and if something nefarious has happened, I encourage you to make haste and complete this job so that nothing stretches or leaves that territory.
Understood.
So are you paying for the records, the doctor to be brought back, the securing of the area? What
Yes.
is entailed with this mission?
We are paying for you to go up there, and if you can confirm everything is safe with the written word from the doctor, with his own signature and marking, that is good enough for us. As well as getting him to message me directly. He is capable of doing this. If there is something nefarious afoot, you are responsible for executing whatever nefarious entity is plaguing the sanatorium. And if you can retrieve all of the notes, that would be appreciated, but we can send somebody up there afterwards to retrieve it. You do not take these notes, of course. They remain in the possession of the sanatorium.
Of course.
But what do we do if the doctor has if he has some sort of maybe he got infected by some kind of disease? What do we do then?
If you are capable of handling him and taking him out, try to bring his body back to us.
Okay. So kill him for being sick?
If it is a disease that is causing him to do harm to the sanatorium and to anybody going near there, yeah.
Do you want any disease-ridden bodies that we may find disposed of?
If it is deemed necessary, yeah. If it is not deemed necessary, you can leave them. We will send people in afterwards. We are just not allocating any more of the Zemnian Orta to handle this. That is why we are looking for outside or outsourcing.
I might get a quick clarification. You said you want the doctor's body back in case he's dead. That is understandable. But if he is infected with a disease, you still want his disease-ridden body back here in the capital city.
You will put it into an extra dimensional space, bag of holding. I can sense that one of you already has one of those. And you will remain it in there the entire time. When you bring it back to me, I will be sure that we have suitable priests on hand to handle this situation.
Right. But what if we catch something there?
Well, you have a priestess, gestures at Clover. She should be able to handle you.
Right. You know, she's actually an angel.
I'm sorry?
But I mean, like, in her heart.
Of course. You look like an angel. Correct.
And if it's necessary, I am very well versed in all sorts of alchemical material. I can quite possibly create a sort of vaccine or something to help cure it if we get the necessary papers about what might be there.
We will handle all vaccinations and research on the particular disease. We are not looking for scholars, we are looking for warriors to go out and handle this situation. People who can handle the job. That is all we need you for.
And we shall do that.
Right.
This is within our skill set.
Very
Yeah.
good.
But after this, though, Gunther gets to challenge that dwarf in combat, right?
That is what she and you agreed upon.
Right, yeah.
So it's gonna be funny.
Yeah. So we will have to do this thing first. We'll do it easy and quick and come back and beat the lady. What was her name again?
Well, she is one of the Gua folk.
Oh, right. It was, yeah. I don't quite remember her name. It was something dwarfish.
Probably.
Yeah.
Anyways, are there any more questions you have for me before you go out towards the Vergessen Sanatorium?
Is there a direct path, or are we transversing the woods?
That is completely up to you. There is one settlement, not very far away from where we are, that leads all the way up there. It is Odislo. It is a watchtower for many of our crown's guards out there. One of the last lines of defenses. If you need a written form to allow you all to stay there so that you can gather whatever resources you can afford to purchase yourselves, you may do so.
That would be most welcome.
Of course. I will write that up with post-haste for you.
Yeah. Will we talk to about buying properties?
Buying property?
Yeah, like
Buying property.
a house.
A realtor.
Oh, I was meant like just wanted to buy it through the bank or something. Okay, never mind.
A realtor.
Okay.
The only estates that people of my status handle, aside from our own, are ones that we gift to individuals as thanks for helping us. And I am not feeling particularly motivated to gift you any property here in Rexingtrum. until after a job such as this, and maybe if there is more work.
All right. Well, I think this is something we can handle. So maybe we should get going then.
For one who cannot read, you have a way with words.
I know.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah. Auf Wiedersehen.
Ciao.
Ciao is German.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I thought Chow was
It's
was it,
Italian, but they also
It's-
say it in German, but it's spelled
Yeah.
differently. Yeah.
Oh, it's like chai.
Yeah.
By the way, once we're out of sight of the Archmage and stuff, Lily will, I guess,
How far out of sight? Off of their estate?
Probably,
Outside of
like,
the candles? Outside of...
like outside the estate, and it's just kind of like Lily's got this friendly front and stuff, but she will subtly sign to Miriam what I just wrote there, and I'll just say it out loud too. She signs to Miriam. I don't think he wants people that'll think about what this disease might be for. That's why he wants warriors.
Marion will sign back. I also think he wants people not to question what they'll see up there.
We should be on our guard in case, once the job is done, he wants to make sure there's no loose ends.
Hmm.
I think that's a lot of trouble having us sign off those contracts if they just plan on offing us as soon as the job's done. So let's
Do you know giant sign language, sir?
no, I speak many languages. That is not one of them. So disregard everything just said.
I mean, to be fair, I was gonna say once we get to a good spot, Lily will share her fears, and then John could say that, but you know.
As we're walking, do we pass Natasha Gloomworm at all?
No?
Aw.
I mean,
But, yeah.
she's not just waiting outside of
Yeah,
his
she's-
house like,
no,
hi,
no,
everybody.
no, 'cause
doing
she said she
the
was
walk of
leaving
shame
today,
on our
so-
way in.
She said she was leaving today,
Right,
so I
right,
was
right.
wondering if we were gonna like pass her
They
by
have
leaving.
they have their own place. Did you want to seek her out?
No. She just wanted to see if she actually came through with what Clover asked, but it's okay.
So we make our way north and at nighttime sail the ship.
Yeah. Sounds. What
Wait.
ship?
What ship?
That's a story for when we use it, but for now, let's make sure we pay ahead of time for our cart that we have here, along with Mimi and the horses. And then, are we gonna take that with us, or are we going to head that way and then use the ship?
She says, looking at Miriam when she says the ship.
Considering... Depends. Are we going to stop by the tower full of Kronsguard, or are we going to go straight through the forest?
But I was thinking we would go. Maybe shouldn't we speak to those crowds guard if they know something? What do you mean?
It's possible they might know something, but we also
Just-
might. We also might once again see the see the sort of authority we saw back at another town.
Ah, right. Well, I could probably take us to the forest if it's no problem. I've been through many forests. I mean, seems I also think you Talsha, you're also a very capable woodswoman, right?
Yes, I am quite good at finding my way through less than traveled means.
Right. So it's not. Yeah. So we are not. It's not a problem. We won't get lost or anything.
Yes.
Then, is there anything you all wish to do here in Rexingtrim before you leave? Anything you wish to purchase for your travels? Any preparations you wish to make, given the details you currently have?
I would like to buy. Let me see. What is it?
16 health potions.
No, I'd like to buy a feather, tuft of fur, and a fishtail inside a gilded acorn worth at least 200 gold pieces.
That's a specific piece of artisan, sir.
That is very specific. However, in the Tangles, I'll say roll me an investigation roll.
Oh.
You sure do find one.
Okay.
You buy it?
Sure.
Okay, yeah. You spend the 200 gold for totally authentic gold encrusted acorn with whatever else you just described.
Right.
Totally authentic.
Sure.
I will forewarn you, you will not be able to use it.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah,
It's a one, you know? Like,
Yeah, I'm external.
totally, it's labeled totally authentic. Wow. Like,
I'll just say that
you
one
can't
also
even read, it's fine.
represents Gunther's insight against the shopkeeper. So yeah, it's...
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. You know, it was a good discount, 150.
Yeah.
No, like, it's just-
there is something that Lily actually would look for. It's kind of similar to what she was looking for before the party, but
that does not help me.
it's called an all-purpose tool. It's I'm getting the uncommon version, and it's basically the artificer version of like of the +1 to saving throw spell attack stuff.
You already spent your time looking for that yesterday, didn't
No,
you?
that was for the wand of the war mage for Mirian. No, this one's the all-purpose tool, which is specifically for artificers.
All right, so is it all dash purpose then?
Yes, all dash purpose tool.
Oh. Roll me an investigation.
Yeah, it came in with the Strixhaven, apparently.
Yeah.
It wasn't an advantage,
15.
but
On a 15, you don't find one, but you do find a shopkeep who has a cousin out. What's the name of that place? In Hupperduke, who has those in their shop. Last they know they had 2 in Hupperduke. So now you know where to find it, but they don't sell that here.
In that case, can Lily? This guy is like a tool shop owner, I assume. Who has a cousin? Can Lily go ahead and purchase enough materials that she can make her own potentially?
Sure. We'll call it at 150 gold.
Okay, she gives what's 150? 15 platinum? Yeah, 15 platinum.
Remove the 0.
Yep.
Can I get a herbalism kit and a healer's kit?
Yes, both of those are easy. +5 gold total price.
Okay. So herbalism is 5 and healers is
10, I think.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, so call it at 20.
Okay.
What were you asking, Miriam?
This is probably gonna be the impossible, but I figured I'd ask. I'd like to purchase a handful of glass vials, and residuum, if I can find any in this damn city that's not spoken for.
Roll me an investigation roll.
I would like to use my session inspiration on this.
Thing.
I should have used it on my damn investigation. Shit.
25, natural 20.
We're siblings. Look at that. Look at that investigation.
I have to check something else.
Oh. I know it's a shot in the dark, but if there's any place that it would be, it might
If
be
we
here.
weren't being followed, we're being followed now.
We
I was
also
about to-
conscripted by an archmage. We have the paperwork.
Yeah, it turns out this is like you just asked for bomb making supplies.
Roll me a d12.
Uh-oh. 6.
6 assassins pop up to try to kill you.
Miriam. You start asking around town.
Damn it.
Hey, do you know where to find residuum? Oh, yeah. There's this guy who was selling that weird glass greenish shit, not very far away from, the school.
Well, guys, it was
And
nice knowing you.
They send you over to a different guy who's like, oh, I actually just recently sold it to somebody else. They seem to want to like resell it for more value. I had no idea what it was worth. And they send you over to that other individual to try to purchase some residuum. And as you track after the individual for about an hour or so, you inevitably find the individual in an alleyway, throat slit. No possessions on their person.
Hey, look at the bright side. Lily, you probably asked for Lily's bag so you can conceal it, and hey, look, you got a body.
You know what? I'll say you find 25 GP worth of residuum left that they were holding in their hand, but everything else was missing.
Can I get about 10 feet of cerulean silk, Joey?
Cerulean silk. Before I say yes to that, is that anything special?
I just want to create more of a filter, just kind of like a mask to wear over. And silk is probably the densest thing that is still somewhat breathable, so...
Right. They wouldn't have cerulean silk. They would have pride silk, though,
Okay.
Which you are more than familiar with as the highest quality silk. Call it at 30 GP.
Okay, for 10 feet.
For 10 feet, yeah. Marion, you're muted. What'd you say?
I would like to stuff this body inside Lily's bag of holding.
Very
And
good.
clean up the crime.
You didn't get everything you wanted, but you got what you needed. Well, I guess you're not using this anymore. Yes.
I guess just put.
Oh.
I'll go ahead and put dead body in party loot.
I guess since everyone's doing something, Clover's gonna go to the realtor.
Well, didn't you gave somebody else the
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna. I mean, she's gonna go there and buy it herself.
Oh, so you go back to Lucky, say, "Hey, give me all that money
Well,
back."
I'm gonna give it back to you. I just need to buy this place.
Okay. You're just trying to buy that estate that they've been staying at.
Yes. Just gonna list it under.
I actually need my book for that.
List it under public housing and a shelter, like a homeless shelter.
Well, just because you're using it as one doesn't mean the city is.
No, she's gonna list it as like a public business when she buys it.
Oh, sorry, you're in a green zone. This is only for residential.
It is a residence for homeless people.
In the art district.
Yeah, that's why it's going to be a bit more expensive.
Apparently, it was a nice house at one point.
Oh, it was a very nice house. Yeah, they were living in the basement of it. It had a basement. That's how you know it's nice. All right, we are going to associate this with the cost of a small noble estate. Which would cost 5,000 gold.
I don't know if I had that much. Let me see.
Housing is expensive.
Let's do a payment plan. She puts 100 platinum forward.
100 platinum, so you're paying 1,000 gold, which is 1/5 of the total pricing for whatever you're purchasing. So 20% down. That's solid. If you don't pay it off within a year, you're going to be getting a lot more fees added on top. So pay it off within a year.
Okay, perfect. I can do that. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm giving them 103 platinum and 41.
And you have to use your full name, your family name. They're not accepting things that aren't legitimate for loans like this.
Fudge. Okay.
Yep. The only reason they would accept that is because of your name. You couldn't have Lucky do it. It would have to be your name.
Yes,
your name has weight.
Not good. That's really not good. Okay, Natalie Miranda Gale.
Alrighty. So you do that. You spend 1,000 gold as a down payment, and you tell them they have to make monthly installments of at least 500 gold, please, and hopefully you'll get it there, no problem.
Oh, that would be super quick then. Yeah, if it's 5,000.
Yeah, it's only that's the thing. Like, you don't want to get any of the fees, so have them pay off 500 as quickly as possible.
Okay, I'm gonna give them 103 platinum and 41 gold then.
103 platinum, so that's another 30.
Then they had the
17. Just keep it tracked on your character sheet and
got it.
Alrighty.
That's it.
Alrighty then. So that's everybody's little bits of shopping and such then.
Yeah.
So just for
Wunderbar.
clarity, we don't plan on using the ghost ship, correct?
I think we were planning on going normally to the what was that place north? The Odesso, the tower.
Odesle.
Odeslo Loe.
Odeslo.
And
Odeslo?
I think from there, after
Yes.
that, we were gonna probably leave our cart and shit there, maybe, or something. Go north a bit and then take the ship.
So the question is, do we want to hire out a retainer to watch over the cart while we're gone?
Oh shit, that's a good idea.
Keep in mind your cart is customized to be easily put together and taken apart by Lily.
I also did forget that.
Like it takes you a short rest to take your cart apart or put it together. Artificer bullshit.
Which means we could carry it with us on the ship.
With the horses?
The horses can get onto the ship, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, more artificer bullshit.
You have a crane on the ship, just lifts the horses.
Oh, I was gonna make a joke that Lily just takes apart the. No, that's what we have the necromancer for. Take apart the horses, put them back on the ship.
Oh no!
Why do you have undead horses? They're efficient.
They are. They don't need to sleep. Just And what happens if we get randomly fireballed? Put them back together again. It's so efficient. Just
You see, we started this after our 5th set of horses died with fireball.
Not gonna lie, Lily probably would eventually create a crane on that ship if it was possible.
fair enough. Alrighty, so you all have everything you need before noon. Surprisingly, you guys are being efficient for once. Damn.
For once, Joey, we took care of 2 jobs in
Yeah,
one
Miri?
day.
One
True.
thing. Is it possible to find a short bow in this town, or is that gone?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I buy one?
A mundane, yeah, of course. Increase the price by 5 gold. Pretty sure it's like 10 gold.
I'll
Like
I'll
5
look it up. Yeah.
Yeah. It's cheap enough. I know you can afford it. Just holy shit, guys! Your wizard just bought a weapon. Look out. Anyways, you all head out of town. You are not as scrupulously checked in as you are leaving, and just for note, you do have a note, of course, from Uladan, expressing that you are allowed permittance back into the city off of a work visa for him that is not to be disclosed to anybody. As well as you have a note saying that you are permitted to spend 2 nights at Odeslo. Odeslo? I think it's Odeslo. Odeslo sounds right to me. Odeslo. With the ability to purchase items there at cost of military.
You said 5 times price?
If need be. 5 extra coins.
Sorry.
That's all. No, not that much of a dick. Jesus. But yes, that is what you have the 2 notes for. As well as a 3rd note that you are allowed to deliver specifically over to Dr. Reynolds or anybody else who may be in charge of the facility right now, in order to say you are allowed to investigate the upper level of the facility itself. Alrighty?
And there was something we were supposed to deliver to him, right? Or...
Yeah, that is a note that you are going to deliver to him directly. Yeah. That one is not open for you to read.
Yeah.
Of course, somebody could try to sleight of hand it. They wish, but, there is sealing wax for a reason. So, yes. You all gather your things together. You get onto your horse and your wagon, and you take off heading north back, exploring this continent once again. I think this is a good enough place for us to go ahead and go on break, everybody. We'll be right back.